Did you guys enjoy the latest episode of House of Dragons? Wasn't it exciting? Recently we learned something weird. Apparently, a lot of viewers have no clue about who the House Strong is. Well, let us tell you, they are the backbone of the whole kingdom. Sadly, only us book lovers know that. So here we are with this video to tell you everything about House Strong in the series. Here's the lowdown on the key players in House Strong on House of the Dragon. So before we start, it's important to mention that House Strong isn't there in the GOT series. We'll get into the why later, but they have been an important part of the Westeros kingdom, and without them, the GOT we know wouldn't take place. To be honest, the series so far feels like it's been on a speedy roller coaster ride, compressing a lot of information in just one short season. Maybe this is why viewers have a lot of trouble understanding a few things, but enough about that. Let's talk about the main members of House Strong and what they really like. First up is the infamous Larys Strong. The most notable member of House Strong is Larys, who first contacted Queen Alicent in episode 5 and appears to have been an even closer confidant to the Queen following the time leap in episode 6. Larys is credited with being the one who introduced House Strong to Queen Alicent. They are also maintaining a regular supper schedule. Cute. However, they might be quite dangerous. We're quite confident that he was also responsible for the deaths of his father and brother. One of his occupations in Fire and Blood is that of torturer. It's possible that this is the reason why, in episode 6 of the HBO series, he was able to employ certain inmates and chop their tongues out before sending them to do his bidding. As we've seen in previous episodes of House of the Dragon, Larys isn't afraid to get his hands dirty, but he's also eager to stir the pot by sowing seeds of discord and spreading falsehoods. If you feel that this gives off Littlefinger vibes, you're probably not the only one. He's quite good at faking his way to success and charming the appropriate people to get what he wants. Is he a villainous character? Only in the event that you don't support him. Next, we have the Strong type, mind the pun, Sir Harwin Strong. Harwin Strong, who's portrayed by the Australian actor Ryan Corr, is also known as Breakbones because many people think him to be the strongest man in all of Westeros. Because of his appearance and the way he develops throughout House of the Dragon, there's a great deal of material for speculation around him, particularly in terms of the numerous ideas that have been developed. This particular character became the focus of attention beginning with the 6th episode of the series. Why is that? That's because some of us already knew one thing thanks to George R.R. Martin's A Song of Ice and Fire, and Harwin Strong is the biological father of the first 3 children of Queen Rhaenyra Targaryen. This was one of the secrets that some of us already knew thanks to A Song of Ice and Fire. In other words, Jacaerys, Lucerys, and Joffrey Valerian will all have him as their biological father. As a direct consequence of the disclosure, it's now abundantly evident that Harwin Strong will, if anything, take on a more prominent position in what is to come. Then there's Lionel Strong, the wise, the loyal, the dad. Too soon. Lionel Strong, Lord of Harrenhal, was promoted to the post of Hand of the King after Viserys Targaryen removed Otto Hightower from his previous role as Hand of the King. It was made abundantly clear during the course of the House of Dragons that Lionel was a man who firmly believed in preserving the honor of the house. This was demonstrated in several different ways. His respectful and forthright demeanor was an anomaly in King's Landing, where nearly everyone was preoccupied with looking out for their own best interests. Lionel was known for consistently providing sound advice while having the welfare of the kingdom in mind at all times. He was a man of integrity who refused to back down from his beliefs, even when doing so put him in a difficult position. Lionel offered the suggestion to King Viserys at the time that Otto was mulling over the possibility of having his daughter wed to King Viserys in order to obtain access to the Iron Throne. Lionel advised the king to marry Laena Velaryon. Lionel's concern for the welfare of the kingdom came to mind at a time when the other members of the small council were focused on protecting their own personal agendas. This fact was clearly obvious to those who were paying attention. Lionel Strong was the one who came to Viserys' aid once again when he was being overwhelmed by the idea of Rhaenyra becoming married. Lionel advised the king that he should arrange for Rhaenyra to wed Laenor Velaryon, the son of Lord Corlys Velaryon. The king agreed with Lionel's recommendation. When Lionel offered him some words of wisdom, Viserys was nearly caught aback by them. The king spent the whole day entertaining lords and noblemen who wanted to marry Rhaenyra. These men were not interested in Rhaenyra because they admired her sensibility. Rather, they were interested in marrying the hero of the Iron Throne. Viserys had the premonition that Lionel would request the princess' hand in marriage for his own son, just like everyone else had done previously. However, when he did not do that, Viserys understood that Lionel was a loyal and obedient servant of the Iron Throne. Lionel was a man of impeccable moral character, and he was also very skilled in the art of policy making. His administrative strategies and approaches were always quite effective, and he always developed them with a long-term aim or vision in mind whenever he did so. The death of Lionel Strong signaled the beginning of the end for the Great House and closed closed a splendid chapter in its history. Now, for some interesting facts about the House Strong. First up, did you know that House Strong comes from the Riverlands? The Riverlands, located roughly in the heart of Westeros, are the home of House Strong. The Riverlands are one of the 7 kingdoms and can be found to the south of the North, west of the Vale and Crown Lands, east of the Westerlands, and north of the Reach. In Riverrun, the capital, House Tully has absolute power over the populace of the Riverlands. In the years before the invasion of King Aegon I Targaryen, the Riverlands and the Iron Islands were governed by Harrenhor of the House Hor. House Tully, along with other houses like House Strong, betrayed Harrenhor, who was despised by his subjects. Members of the House Strong are descended from the First Men. The First Men are among the first people to settle in what is now known as Westeros, having migrated there from Essos. The White Walkers were made by the Children of the Forest as a shield during their conquest of Westeros. The First Men and the Children of the Forest banded together to defeat the White Walkers after they proved too powerful for any one group to handle alone. This alliance ultimately resulted in the construction of Winterfell, the Kingdom of the North, and the Wall. Can you guess what happened to House Strong in Game of Thrones? What happens to House Strong as a result of the events that take place in the House of the Dragon? At the beginning of Game of Thrones, the Strong family no longer exists. During this time period, there are a few different people that had the surname Strong. However, all 3 of these Strong characters are only mentioned in the novels and not on the show. Dennis Strong and Duncan Strong are known to be members of the Golden Company in the Free Cities. Nevertheless, it's possible that they're not descendants of the Strong family. A towering and enigmatic character, Sir Robert Strong, was recruited by King Tommen I Baratheon to serve as a member of the King's Guard. Sir Robert Strong is known for his height. There are rumors that Sir Robert is actually the resurrected version of Sir Gregor Clegane. This figure and their backstory are featured in the Game of Thrones television program. However, they do not call him Sir Robert Strong. Finally, the sigil of House Strong. The sigil of a family might reveal a great deal about that family, their heritage, their fortitude, the manner in which they choose to be regarded, and so on. As a result of the fact that fans consider each house to be on par with their preferred sports team, the sigil of each house is used as the team logo that is printed on clothes and other products sold in the real world. It's difficult to locate a high-quality photograph of the symbol of House Strong that does not rely on fan mock-ups. In the world of Westeros, the insignia of the House Strong is essentially a white field with a little black shield in the center of which is a white hand with its palm facing outward. Colors of blue, red, and green are seen to be pulsating and undulating as they emerge from that hand. It has been suggested that these 3 striations depict a trident. At this time, it's unknown what the house words of House Strong are. That's a wrap for this video. What do you think of House Strong? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.